you know, the first thing I would say is always be able to know where the octaves are of notes. So what that means is if I found the C note, I want to know where the next two octaves are. You know, always, anywhere on the guitar. So anytime you want to find the next high C notes, that's a C note, I want to go through all the notes until I get to C again. So, you know, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C again, the higher version. It's always a whole step higher and skipping a string over. And that's dealing with if you're looking for the octaves on the E or the A string. So if I found that C note and I wanted the octave, it's going to be on the 10th fret of the D. If I wanted to find the octave on an A string, the technique's going to be the same way. That note right there is an F. To find the F octave, skip a string over and a whole step up. So here's C, and then C again. So that means all the other octaves can be found right between these two octaves. All the other intervals will exist right there. So C, C. F right there, and the octaves right here. If we want to find, though, the octave on the D string, we could find the octave below by putting my ring finger there and just doing that same technique. So the kind of reverse engineering as well. Or if I found, you know, this note here, the octave's going to be right here. Or if I found a note on the G string and I wanted the octave below, same. Those are all octaves, or you know, the West Montgomery octave, or this is you know, SRV. West Montgomery. Those are just all octaves up a scale. So back to some of these cool shortcuts. Okay, now, but the B string, you know, these, you know, we have an E note here, the tuning. E to A. It's a perfect, the A is the perfect fourth of E. Remember I said it was, that perfect fourth is Here Comes the Bride. Okay, now the A note to the D note's a perfect fourth. And then the D to the G note's tuned to perfect fourth. But the G to the B is tuned a major third. It's a half step off. See, it doesn't sound like Here Comes the Bride anymore. It sounds like you know, it's that major third sound. But when we get to the B to the E, it's back to the perfect fourth. Alright, so we've got our octaves, and what we want to do is we want to now, because of the way that B string's tuned, we're going to get a little bit funkier here with our finding our octaves. If I found a note on the D string and I wanted to play the octave up, it's not going to be that same kind of distance as the other strings because of the tuning. It's going to be a half step different. See, that's not an octave. It's got to be a half step higher, just because of the way the B string's tuned. So any octave now to be found on the D string is going to actually be a minor third distance higher and a string over. So any note on the D string, if I want to find the octave up, it's 1, 2, 3 frets higher and a string over.